so clear now.
The first quarter real estate report for San Diego has just been released, and this morning realtor Louie Ortiz from Century 21 is here to talk about what those findings mean for homeowners and prospective buyers. Good morning.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, everybody really anxious about any latest report that comes out on the housing market. Kind of let's break it down and talk about what is the upshot? What is it showing?
Well, you know, on average, the market is pretty flat overall, but there are a couple of very interesting statistics based on the county and the overall numbers. And one of the really interesting statistics for the county is that nationally there's an increase in the amount of inventory of new listings, and San Diego really hasn't been following that trend. In fact, San Diego has a 5% decrease in the number of new listings compared to, on average, a 6.5% increase nationally in most of the major metropolitan cities. So that's a really interesting statistic.
That is interesting. Why do you think that is?
I think that a lot of people are a little bit concerned about the market. They've seen prices adjust slightly, and a lot of people are kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with the market before listing their homes.
You know, we talk about having microclimates in San Diego. We've also talked about having micro markets when it comes to real estate. Every area is different. Let's talk about some of the areas. Let's focus on the beach area first. The beaches. What is the trend there? Well,
a really interesting statistic. These are based on zip codes, and these are produced by Sandecor, and this is for Pacific Beach for single-family detached homes. One of the really interesting statistics is there's a 27% decrease in the average sold median price. Now, one of the things is, wow, that's a really big number, and people, you know, might be shocked by that. But one of the things that we have to really be careful about is a lot of these are based on just a very few home sales. So we really need to go a little bit longer in the year to really see. But that's a really high number, or decrease, I should say, 27% decrease for Pacific Beach, for example.
So if you're looking for a house at the beach, maybe PB is the place to go if you're looking for a bit of a bargain there.
Absolutely. Actually, countywide, it's a really great time for buyers because there's a lot of inventory on the market, and buyers really have a great opportunity to negotiate good prices and good deals.
You know, talking about inventory, I was driving through, this is downtown here. Let's talk about downtown since we're seeing it. What are we seeing as far as the Bay, Mission Bay, Gaslamp area, some of the houses in that area?
Well, downtown, again, there's not... Again, the report is based on the number of sold homes, but there wasn't a whole lot of sold homes. But this shows an 18% increase in the average sold median price for downtown San Diego. Now, we know with all the condos, there's actually been quite a bit of price reductions in those areas as well.
Sure, a lot of inventory downtown for
Yes.
sure. You know, I was driving through Rancho Santa Fe not too long ago, and I saw home after home after home. I saw 12 homes for sale on one very long street.
Wow. Well, one of the things also that's happened in the market is that, you know, not like 2005, it's a lot more challenging for real estate agents to sell homes in these markets. So you'll find them much more aggressive with their marketing. You may see a lot more signage where maybe before they didn't have to do that. And that might be some of that. Because Rancho Santa Fe is very interesting. Rancho Santa Fe actually had a 6% decrease in the number of listings from last year, 2006 first quarter till now. And there's actually a 6% increase in the average sold price.
Wow.
So Rancho Santa Fe has seen a little bit of an increase.
So that's a good one.
Yeah.
What about North County? What are you seeing in North County?
Well, North County, I have La Jolla, for example. La Jolla has a 13% increase in the average median price, and there's actually an 11% decrease in the amount of new listings in that area.
Okay, and East County, we can't forget El Cajon, Lakeside, San Marcos, some of the more inland areas too.
Sure. I have, well, one of the more interesting ones, a lot of them are pretty flat overall, and I highlighted some of the more ones where we saw some bigger changes. Chula Vista, a little bit more south, actually had a 19% decrease in the average median price, and also a 7% decrease in the number of new listings for 2007 first quarter.
Okay, interesting. Well, so the trend in San Diego is a little bit different than maybe what we're seeing nationally. Is it a good time to, is it a better time to rent, perhaps, right now than to buy?
Well, I would always encourage people to purchase real estate because overall...
Well, of course, you're a real estate agent.
Of course. But overall, when people hang on to their houses, there's a statistic that came out by the National Association of Realtors, and basically when people have held their homes in California, they've always appreciated over time, as long as they've held their property for at least 10 years. And if somebody's looking to purchase a home, there's great tax advantages, there's also the opportunity to build equity over renting.
Sure.
However, if they're looking for a very short period, sometimes it is a little bit better decision to rent because prices have come down a little bit. And maybe if you bought a home at the top of the market and it's come down, you may lose a little bit of equity. But I always encourage people, there's just so many advantages, I feel, that outweigh the disadvantage to purchasing, that I would always encourage people to buy a home. And I think now is just a wonderful time to purchase a home in San Diego.
Well, typically, though, if you're going to sell, you're going to see that home sitting on the market a little bit longer. How long can you expect to have your house for sale before you find a buyer these days?
Well, again, just like with the prices, it also varies on the county, or on the zip code, I should say.
Sure.
Overall, though, county-wise, yes, it does take a little bit longer to sell your home now than it used to. But if people find a good agent out there and they have a very aggressive marketing plan, those homes are definitely selling.
And who has the upper hand, the buyer or the seller?
I would say right now the buyer definitely has a little bit more of an upper hand, only because there is quite a bit more inventory on the market, and they have a little bit more negotiation power with the pricing with the inventory.
If you were to buy a home right now and looking for the best deal, what area would you be looking at?
I don't know that I have a specific area specifically. I would just encourage buyers to really do their diligence and really do a lot of searching and looking for that perfect home for them.
All right. Everybody trying to find the perfect home and trying to keep the perfect home these days.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Louie Ortiz from Century 21. Appreciate your time. Thanks. And everything else. Well, where you live may determine how long you live. This morning, Dr. Sanjay Gupta